Well, how many people are actually going to pay the penalty for not having some kind of health insurance? Well, according to the Congressional Budget, only 4 million out of the estimated 30 million uninsured will pay a fine. In other words, that means 87% of people without coverage will either not pay or they'll get some kind of exemption. Well, let's bring in Avik Roy, Senior Fellow at the Manhattan Institute. And we're not piling on here, but it does seem like lately there have been a number of headlines coming out and sort of chipping away at Obamacare. This is the latest. What is your first read on this?
So you mentioned the number of the 87% that the Congressional Budget Office says won't pay the mandate for one reason or another. The important number to know is that the original estimate was 77%. The reason I say that is that when Congress actually designed and it passed the mandate in the first place, it was already very weak. And then what's happened since then is with the website crashes and the cancellations of plans, the White House was worried that people were going to say, you're going to be forcing me to buy insurance that I can't even buy, and that blowback would be serious in the election, so they watered it down further. They drove a Mack truck through the mandate, and so another 10% of people are exempt. You
mentioned the election, right? All of these massive exemptions just to appease the voters. I mean, why can't we just take the politics out of it? If you're always trying to pander to the electorate and do what the electorate wants just to keep on getting voted in, then you're never going to have a perfect system, are you?
Well, the exchanges are kind of this Rube Goldberg contraption. They charge more money to young people to buy insurance to help other people like sick people and older people pay less. But that means these older people or these younger people are going to have to pay so much more for insurance. How do you make them do that? You have to force them. That's why the individual mandate's there. So if you repeal the mandate or you drive a hole through it for politics, then a lot of people won't buy insurance. But if you keep the mandate, there's also politics, because then the young people get mad and because they're being forced to pay a lot for insurance.
Politics aside, if you take a look at the numbers, it's pretty staggering, because if you take a look at the exemptions and the people who don't have to pay those penalties, that could mean $27 billion less over 10 years being paid into the system. I mean, isn't that the real problem here? We've got this hole.
Part of it is the fiscal problem, as you mentioned, the loss of revenue. But the bigger worry, of course, is if healthy and young people don't sign up, since they're expected to pay a lot more for their insurance, then the only people who are going to sign up are sicker and older people, and that's going to make the cost of insurance higher.
Do you think there's a fix to this?
Well, if you talk to the insurers, they'll say make the mandate stronger. That's one way to do it. Another way is to get rid of...
Is that a possibility?
It's not a possibility in this Congress. So the other possibility is to actually make it more affordable for younger and healthier people to buy the insurance, and that would also require congressional action.
Okay. Thank you very much, Avik Roy. Interesting stuff. Thank you.
Good thing.
All right.